Hello all. How are you doing today? Still exhausted. I am so tired. It's unbelievable. But I did take a little nap. What did I just hit? There we go. But it was good. I got to work today. Filled up the fuel tank. Got a few bucks left over to last till next Tuesday when I work again. But at least I got fuel. I can get around. And then tomorrow I got to go take a shower. I didn't do it today because I was just so exhausted. But I'm happy to definitely have work today. It was hot today. I'm just not used to the heat yet from being up north for so long. It was only 80 degrees, but 80 degrees is hot when you're shoveling right in the sun. I was shoveling out oak trees, little oak tree things that are just in growth around the garage. I have a huge spot that's got to be de-weeded and a bunch of oak trees dug out. And then he added some more yard work after I'm done. So apparently likes my work, so he added it after the day was over. So he asked me if I wanted to do some more stuff, and I said of course. So every Tuesday I'll be going to do that. It's only one day a week, but hey, that's enough to keep fuel in the van every week. So I'm pretty excited about that, and gives me a few bucks extra. So it's not life changing, but it's definitely sustainable. It's something that I can do, and I'm pretty, like I said, I'm very happy about that. Super sore. My hands are throbbing from swinging, because I was swinging an axe and cutting up the roots and then trying to dig it out, and my hands are just throbbing. So I'm kind of glad it wasn't. He didn't want me back tomorrow. It's not till Tuesday, because I need I'm not just after sitting around and not doing a whole lot. It takes a toll on your muscles and stuff like that. So work was good though. I have a whole lot of things, being homeless and a type 1 diabetic, it's hard, but it's a step closer, they were, my sugars did go real low while I was working. I was just sweating out all my sugar. So they were able to, they know I'm a diabetic. His wife's a diabetic too. Hello, how are you, Danny? Went to work today. That went good. He offered me more work after I finish this. I'll be going back to work again on Tuesday. I'm going to do it on his days off. But like I said, it's enough to, get me started and, filled up the fuel tank. And yes, you made it this time. I ended up doing it a little later today. I did make a post about it that I was going to be started at 8:30, just because I took a little nap after work. I wanted to make sure I was, all that. Tomorrow I'm going to do laundry, and I'm going to go to the beach and take a shower. That's my plan for tomorrow. I need a shower very, very bad. I'm discussing right now, but I just didn't want to go after work because I was exhausted. Hey Witness, how you doing, buddy? Glad to see you made it. Glad to see you made it. But I'll tell you what, not working for a while and then going to work, it definitely wears you out a little different, because you haven't, I haven't been used to using these muscles I haven't been using. So like my arms are jello and my hands are just throbbing from swinging that axe and shovel all day. So, but I'm so happy I got to work though. It was good, It's cooled off tonight, which I'm glad, because it was a very hot day out. Hey Shasta. How are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. Everybody's coming in early this time. It's great. Right when I started it. Like I said, I did take a nap after work, so I started a little later today. But I did make a post, so hopefully you guys saw that. Crazy day. What happened with your day? But anybody who doesn't know, he did offer me more work after this. I'll be going back to work on Tuesday, which is good. And then again, the following Tuesday after that, just waiting for the last of the leaves to fall. And then he's got a blower and all that. We're just gonna blow all the leaves in the piles, and he's got a trailer to put it all in and all that. So, Christy Noma's fired? I didn't even see that. Why was she fired? What the heck happened there? The place I'm working on? Yeah, I'm working on a house. They have a huge garage. bigger than their house, honestly. It's like more, it's, you know, it's 3-bay garage and with another bay on the other side, and it's a massive workshop area. And they've got a bunch of overgrowth. They've got oak trees, and they have a bunch of weeds and a bunch of other stuff that needs to be, I have to dig out all these oak trees, which are, you know, and dig out the roots, which are bigger oak trees. They're, you know, not tiny ones, but they're bigger ones that, you know, he only clipped them before. And I was like, well, if we just keep clipping them, they're just going to keep growing back. I need to dig them out. And he agreed, of course. So I've been digging those out, digging those oak trees out. It's a pain in the ass, but I want to make sure if I'm doing something, I do it right, you know, so they don't come back, and he doesn't have to keep, you know, doing it over and over and over and over, because he's just been cutting them down and or sawing them, you know, using the chainsaw once they got, you know, the bigger ones. So it's a little pain in the butt to do it by hand. Then after all that's done, I've got to till it all up, and then I've got to, like I said, he's got, I don't know, probably like an acre piece of property that's got, you know, all the dead leaves from the cold winter. That's got to all be right. That, you know, it'll be a good day or 2-day project, because it's a big yard. It's more the running back and forth to the dump, which he'll be using his truck for. That will take the time. I can, you know, clean up the whole yard in a day, but depending on how long it takes for the dump runs and stuff like that. But like I said, I have a full tank of fuel. I'm happy about like $1. It's crazy. It's $3.50 over here now. It was $2.50 just like 3 days ago. So it cost me a lot more to fill up the tank. And I have a 30-gallon tank. Yeah, it's not easy, but I'm happy to be doing something. It beats sitting in here. You know, like I said, it's, you know, being sick a lot. It's a little harder, but at the same time, you know, I don't care. You know, whether you know, if I have to be out there sweating, whatever, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to not be homeless anymore. And like, you know, like I said, this won't cover up for saving very much, but it keeps me going throughout the week, so I can try to find more stuff. So I'll be a little bit better off that way. And eventually I'll get to the part where I can start saving for my boat and, you know, get out on the water and not be homeless anymore. So it's just one step at a time, you know, and this is it's a good, you know, it's a good step. So I'm really happy about it. I am telling you what, I am sore as hell. It definitely was a hard day. It wasn't even the work really, you know, because I'm used to working hard jobs. It was just that I'm not used to the heat, so my blood's real thick from the Maine winter. And now it's, you know, I mean, we get way hotter than 80, you know, here, but it's just an 80 degree with no shade out in the sun all day. It can get to you, but I drank plenty of water. I stayed, you know, they gave me breakfast and lunch and coffee. These people are amazing people. They're super excited to get it done. They're happy with my work. They'll definitely refer me to other people. They know a lot of people, so yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we, you know, hopefully crazy. Man. Sorry. I took a drink of water real fast and no, it went down the wrong way. Choked me out. I hate that. When you drink and it goes down the wrong tube, it makes you just cough like crazy. Saturday, I mean, we're supposed to get some pretty good storms. I might, if we get any, it's at night, and if it's at night, we'll definitely record that too. Hopefully, you know, when we go on our live. I love watching the storms. Shit, man, sorry. Anyways, so like I said, I'm off till Tuesday, but I'm still going to do what I do every day. I'm still put more ads out there. I did take before pictures, which I'll show you guys the before and after when I'm done with it. So I can use it for my advertising, but I'll put it on one of my posts, the before and after. So Tuesday, you should be able to see what it looks like after, you know, what the job that I did. Luckily, we did make it on fuel there, and to the gas station. God knows, I must have been on fumes by the time I got to the gas station, but I made it. Yeah, these people are great. They're super nice. I mean, like I said, and she's the diabetic too, so like they're trying to feed me all this stuff that's, you know, super good for me, which is great. So it's good. Yeah, I love storm chasing, which we're going to be doing a whole lot of, especially, I mean, right now it's winter, so I mean, we still got, it's hot or whatever, but the big storms don't come till the summer, and every time we got a big storm, if I'm not working, I'm going live. I absolutely, one, love the storms, and two, I think it'd be a fun thing to watch. I will be storm chasing anything we got, at least around here, you know. I can't watching it, you know, good thunderstorms always fun as well, so bring it live, you know. It'll be fun. And last year was, you know, very nothing. So I'm, you know, it's usually 2 years in a row you don't get a, you know, a season with no big hurricanes. So I'm hoping something, you know. So, you know, I don't hope anything happens because I don't want people to, you know, get hurt or whatever. But I actually like the storm. So, you know, from my perspective, I don't mind them. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure you please like, share, and subscribe. So I'll go to about 9:30. And we just pretty much talk about anything we want. You guys, the chat's open for everybody. Cocoa, Florida now. And we just pretty much, you know, have our nightly conversations. We have a good little group of people that things are starting to look up a little bit, you know. It's a step forward. You know, it's definitely a big step forward. And I was really low. I usually don't let it get that low. So now, you know, when I get paid on Tuesday, I'm going to refill it up again. And it should cost me like 30. Use, you know, a gallon to 2 gallons a day. That's almost 2 weeks worth of fuel if I didn't have any money, you know. I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of glad it wasn't tomorrow, just because, you know, it's just starting back out again. My body's real sore. It's really weak. Each day will get a little easier, and each time we'll get, you know, I'll get a little bit stronger, because like I said, you know, just sitting around here and not eating right does a lot to your body when you have diabetes. So it's attacked a lot of my muscles and whatnot, but it's okay, Andrew. I actually didn't start till 8:30 tonight, but you are not that late. Is anybody else buffering tonight? Please let me know. I have good service right here, I think. Let me see what my bars are. Yeah, I'm on 5G full bars, so hopefully it's not buffering for anybody else. But if anybody else is buffering, let me know. But Andrew, just so you know, I did do that job today. Since you just popped in, I'll let you know a little quick update. I did the job today. They liked it. They actually added more work to it. They're super friendly people, super nice people. These people are amazing. I'll be going back to work next Tuesday. We filled up the tank, and tomorrow I'm going to do laundry and try to go to the beach, and I got to figure out which beach I can go shower at. I need to shower horribly, and to definitely do clothes. So I'm going to do laundry tomorrow as well. So, you know, I might only do a small load just because I don't have a whole lot of money left. It took me a lot of money to fill up the tank. But at least if I can have a few outfits clean, it'd be great, because all my clothes are nasty. But I definitely need a shower. I am just, it's filthy. I have this bottle of stuff that you use. It's waterless soap or whatever. So you just rub it all over your body. It kind of cleans you up and moisturizes your skin a little bit. And you can use it in your hair and all that. And I use that here and there, but it's just not the same. You know, you really need to, you know, shower. So I'll be looking forward to that tomorrow. Like I said, Saturday we have it looks like we have a pretty stormy day, and if it gets pretty good, I'll go live for the whole storm. You know, as summer progresses, the storms get insane. I mean, we get just out of the blue, we'll have, you know, 50, 60 mile per hour winds, lightning everywhere, tornadoes in the water, water spouts. It gets crazy, so it's really cool to watch. And I'll definitely want to start covering stuff like that too, and doing a little bit of storm chasing. Eventually I need to get, you know, my tablet where I can have 2 screens or something. I got to get service on that at some point, but that's once I start working more. So I can actually go live on this one and then pay attention, like radars and where to go and stuff like that on the other screen. But I don't want to spend too much money either, because like I said, I want to save it for the boat. It's going to take a while. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the trailer first or the boat first. I think the trailer would be smarter, because then it can, you know, boost me, you know, into more income. Oh yeah, absolutely. These storms, whenever the storms come through, it brings all kinds of work here. Even just the pop-up storms, because like I said, there can be tornadoes everywhere. There can be water spouts. There's then once I have my trailer, it just you stay so super busy. So I'm thinking about saving up for my trailer first before I get the boat. I'm not sure. It would be really nice to have a place to sleep too, though. So I haven't figured that out quite yet. But it will open up a whole lot more opportunities if I had the trailer, because I can buy a used one. I don't have to buy nothing nice. I can even it doesn't have to be a huge one at first. I can start with a small trailer and work my way up if I have to. So. Where's Kitten? I don't know. She hasn't showed up yet. She might be busy today. Hopefully she's feeling well. I haven't seen her on the chat yet, though. So Danny was the first, so he would have seen her too. So no Kitten yet tonight. Sometimes she doesn't make it. She gets, she does get sick a lot, unfortunately, and hopefully she's feeling. The main important thing. She's doing okay. I know we all have our, own little issues we have to deal with in life. Oh, absolutely. A trailer would, if I had a trailer, I could stay busy 10 times more than I am now. Especially because I already have a clientele that I could reach out to that I used to do junk removal for. No, the trailer would definitely be way beneficial. I mean, it would up my money a lot if I had a decent sized trailer. So when I had my junk removal business, all I need to do is 2 or 3 big jobs a day, which isn't that hard to get, pickup jobs, or even one just big job, and I can make $1,000 a day. Make really good money hauling junk. And here it's even better because there's no dump fees, but I'd have to get a trailer. And then I'd have to get business insurance and pay all this stuff, because I'd have to do it as a business. You have to show your business license to the dump. But the trailer I would be getting would be it's a utility trailer. It's the one I used last time. It was a 16 by 7.5 foot. With 4-foot walls. This way you can haul a lot of junk and stuff don't fall out. But it worked out well, and I can do a lot of it myself. I just ask if big furniture. I just tell them if there's big furniture, it needs to be outside at first until I get busy enough for a helper. And then once that, I'll just hire a helper, and the price I charge, I'll easily be able to afford that. So, but one thing at a time, I'm just gonna say everything I get and hope for the best, Yeah, I mean, like, I've got cars and I've got all kinds of stuff in clean outs. I've got guns and collectibles and all kinds of crazy stuff too. So you make money off some of this junk too. So like rich people get rid of the craziest stuff. It's absolutely insane what rich people get rid of. So I do a lot of resale, and then I can start giving back to the community again, which I really enjoyed, because we get a lot of furniture that's really nice, and baby stuff and clothes and appliances and a lot of stuff works, and that stuff is just not worth reselling. So it's just too big and bulky. So I end up donating a lot of that to people in need. What I'll do is just put a Facebook thing up and just say who needs this, whatever. Absolutely, yeah. There's always something to be getting around it. People are, And one thing that's good about junk removal too is it's recession proof. Because when the economy's doing great, people are buying a whole bunch of new stuff and wanting to get rid of their old stuff. When the economy's doing bad, unfortunately, everybody's losing everything, like storage units or their houses, their apartments, and all these places have to be cleaned out. So it's for the next people, So it's really a recession-proof business. It's really good. Yeah, absolutely. I love the foreclosures. And hey, welcome, Smith. Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I mean, like I said, this one lady, it was a couple. They lived in Seattle, and their parents died, and they wanted, or their dad died, and they wanted to sell the house. And I got in there, and I ended up doing this job for free for them, which usually I don't do, but there was so much stuff. They gave me a car. There was about 10,000 comic books. He had all kinds of old NES and NES games and Atari and all these game systems, Sega, everything, just a massive amount of gaming stuff. And I got like 6 guns out of the deal and a crap ton of ammo. And I made more money than I would have, so, you know, which won me the bid, because I was like, listen, everybody else is trying to charge you this. I know what I can make off this stuff. I'll cut you a break. I'll do it absolutely free. And like I said, they signed the title over to the car. They gave me everything, you know, and I made stupid money. Just stupid money. The person had so much good stuff. I've got artwork. I've got so many guns. When I used to get guns all the time, which is kind of cool. And collectibles, coins. I mean, I find money. This is just a fun job. It's like a little treasure hunt, you know. I enjoy it, and I just enjoy the work, really. I mean, and like the stuff I'm doing now, I would never do this for a living. Like I hate landscaping stuff, but I need the money right now, so I'm gonna do anything I can just to, you know, stay active. But I definitely, that's the route I eventually want to go back to. Yeah, it can be. Yeah, it sure can be, bud. But, you know, every day is just getting a little better, you know. I mean, you know, things were starting to look down, you know, for a little bit, and then, you know, I mean, they could still go for the worst, but I'm just going to keep positive, keep trying, keep working, keep putting posts up, keep, you know, saving every penny I possibly can to get out of the situation and be self-sustainable. And, you know, it's getting there slowly, you know, but it's definitely getting there. And it's a big stress reliever, a little bit, you know. I can go to bed tonight knowing that, you know, I can go take a shower tomorrow, and I can go do laundry tomorrow. And that's the first time that's happened since, you know, I left New Mexico. I haven't had a shower since I've left New Mexico. I haven't washed clothes since I've left New Mexico. You know, yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely for right now, I'm going to do whatever it takes. I don't care if they want me shoveling dog poop. I'm going out there and shoveling that poop. You know, I don't care what I've got to do right now. Right now, I will do anything just to rebuild myself. And then once I get rebuilt, I can be a little bit pickier, you know. They actually make quite a bit of money. It's a lucrative business because it's something nobody wants to do. And not a whole lot of people do it, so you can pretty much set your prices. You know, it's not cheap to go out there and do that. I don't. But if somebody asked me to, I'd go out there and do it. You know, I just put, you know, anything labor-wise that they need done, and, you know, I don't care what it is. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be nice to sleep tonight. I'm going to sleep like a baby. I'm still exhausted, even after a little nap. I definitely cannot wait to sleep. Yeah, I'm sure it's not a fun job. Like that lady, that mean lady with the dog situation. That's what I had to do that for her. I had to pick up all kinds, because she got the 2 dogs. She has another one plus the one that you guys seen, and then she's got, like, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 monkeys or something like that. There's just shit everywhere, in her house, outside of her house. She has a nasty house. Yeah, it's always nicer to work. You know, you sleep always a lot better, you know, after working, and it's a better rest, because you know you worked hard, and you deserve a good rest, and it just feels better. Like sitting around here all day doing absolutely nothing was driving me crazy. It definitely helped my mind a bit today. Like I said, it was very tough. I'm not used to the heat yet. I was sweating like crazy. I downed like 8 bottles of water today. I was just sweating profusely, because there's just no shade where I'm working. So, and I couldn't show up till 9. I like to start, when I do outside stuff, I like to show up real early. The earlier it is, the cooler it is, and then I can get done earlier, you know. I probably only have about 4 hours, 5 hours worth of work on that one small project over there. I got more than half of it done today. It's definitely more than a one-day job, of course, you know, just because there's a lot of digging involved in it. I didn't know that. I thought it was just getting rid of a bunch of stuff, but or pulling up some stuff, but to dig it out takes a little bit of time. But I'm happy for that. It's more work, you know. But tomorrow I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna sleep. I'm even gonna sleep in a little bit tomorrow if I can. I'm not gonna. Usually I set an alarm. Tomorrow I just want to sleep in a little bit if I can. Can't sleep in too late because this thing is like a heat box. As soon as it gets, you know, by 9 o'clock, this thing is, because I've got to roll my windows up. I don't trust people. Can't just leave my windows down. So I'll be up by 9 o'clock regardless. But yeah, it's gonna take a few days for sure, and especially my blood's just so thick. I was up in Maine for so long, you know. And dealing with the cold there, so my blood got thick, and once it thins out and all that, it would take a little bit, but I'll be all right. You know, I've done it before. You know, it's just has been a while, so you know, each day should be a little better. But it's supposed to be, you know, 80 degrees all, you know, further out the future forecast. Really, it's gonna be, you know, 80 and ooh, sorry, I got the hiccups. I was drinking too much orange juice too fast and got the hiccups over it. But yeah, you know, it's pretty much going to stay the same thing. It's very humid, very muggy, very, you know, we're in that stage, and it's only going to get worse as it gets, you know, later in the season, because it's 80 degrees now and it's only March, you know. So I mean, it gets, usually we'll be in like the 90s, 90, you know, 90, 94, 95. I don't think we have any more big cold fronts coming through, but I could be wrong. Kind of wish we did. I would have loved to do, if we had, you know, when it was, you know, 50 or 60 during the day. It felt great, and you know, I still would have been sore, and I think it's been a little while, but I could have done that without an issue. But I'm definitely, you know, just got to get acclimated and I'll be fine. But there's not a whole lot else besides that, you know, I can do. He gave me some gloves too, which was really nice of him. Like I said, these people are just awesome. Like, I got there and they had coffee ready for me already. They had eggs, bacon, and a hamburger mix. That was really, really good for lunch. It was chicken and Swiss and guacamole type thing he made. Had that ready for me for lunch. Kept me with plenty of water all day. Just an amazing amazing, you know, couple. They're just very good people. It's nice to, you know, work for somebody nice. I didn't expect any of that, you know. I just expected to get some work, and I was going to be happy with that. I'm happy about that anyways. Let's see, anybody else want to talk about anything? I don't really know what else to say, really, but I had a great day, you know. I'm pretty happy about it. I just got to keep pushing forward and saving. Like I said, you know, I'm still got to figure out what I want to do on my goals, whether I want to get the trailer, stay up for the trailer first, or a home. But yeah, they're super great, man, super great. I didn't expect any of that. And like I said, they took me out to lunch the other day just to talk to them, and they took me out to this place called Muddy's and Cocoa. It's such a good restaurant. If you guys ever go to Cocoa, check it out. It's on US 1. It's called Muddy's. A little mom and pop diner, but their food is just so tasty, and pretty, you know, pretty good price too. So some of your chats aren't going through. I don't like. I swear, ever since I had that strike, I've had so many problems between chats or notifications not going out or what. And I don't know what the heck's going on with YouTube. So does anybody know why Kristi Noem got fired today? I haven't seen anything that was mentioned earlier. I'm curious kind of about that. If you guys want to talk about that for a minute. I don't even know if she is possibly getting fired. But hopefully that, you know, your chats will come through. I apologize about that. Yeah, it is. It's horrible. And all over a stupid strike. Over a streamer that was restreaming himself without permission, which it makes it even worse. You know? Like, if it would have been different if I was using somebody else's, like, original content, but he was literally a restreamer, and we were literally on his channel for, like, what? Like, 5 minutes? And it was just because I was trying to find something else real fast. I was like, shit, I'll just pop this up real quick, not thinking about it. And then he comes on my chat being a jerk. I thought I could use the Fair Rights Act thing, but I guess not. That went bad on me. That did not work. I tried to appeal that and everything, and he was just, you know, whatever. He threatened me and all that stuff. He threatened to sue me, and I was like, yeah, go for it. What are you going to sue me for? I'm homeless. But some people are just petty. Petty people. And it's funny because he's comes off as a conservative channel, but if you look at his Facebook, because I actually looked him up via, you know, his Facebook thing, and then it showed a picture of him and his real name. I looked him up by his real name, and he had all kinds of like anti-Charlie Kirk stuff and all that bull crap on it, and he got real mad when I made a stream about that. That's when he threatened to sue me for slander. Like, dude, it's all over your Facebook. It's public information. But, oh well. That's over and done with. Now I just got to try to get rid of this, you know, this shadow ban now that we're out of our strike at least. At least the strike's gone. That makes me happy because you can't get monetized with the strike when you have to strike through. So I wish they wouldn't have taken my hours, but because I would have already been monetized. Huh, that's crazy. Yes, I can see you, Danny. I can see your chats. Well, that's crazy. I'll definitely have to look into it after. Like I said, I didn't even know that happened until you guys mentioned it here. Well, Shosh did it, I believe. And so I'm definitely going to take a look at that once I end the stream and just do a little research on it. The moon's coming up. I don't know if you can see it, but let's see if we can zoom in on the moon. Hold on 1 second. I want to wrong button. All right, hold on 1 second. Hold on. We're gonna watch the moon rise. It's pretty bright tonight. Are they disappearing from the screen? Because they will from the screen. It has an automatic disappearing thing. But they should be staying on the app itself in the chat room. I have it on the screen as well, so I can see what everybody's saying. Because if I don't have it on the screen, I can't see what you guys are saying at all. So it does disappear after a minute on here, but on the regular chat screen, it should be staying active. And those don't disappear. So if they are disappearing off that would be Facebook being weird. Not Facebook, YouTube. I apologize. Wrong app. But like I said, they shouldn't be disappearing off the main chat at all. Just off the screen. Oh man. I am super sore today. I need to go to a dumpster tomorrow too. Get rid of some of the trash in here. I need to go through all my clothes and see exactly what I need because I have a lot of winter, like stupid winter clothes. Monkeys. You said yes. The lady had monkeys. She had the one with the dog. She had two different kinds. I forgot what one was. I forgot both of them what breeds they are, but they're pretty cool. They're interesting little things. But her house is just so nasty, and her whole yard. And I did so much work, and it got all stupid. But I'm glad to be out of that situation. These people are, like I said, super cool. they've already, you know, and they paid me without a problem today. Gave me out, you know, I told, you know, I asked them if I could get paid daily because, you know, right now with, and I don't like to do it when the job's done, when I'm, you know, hurting like this. So usually I don't do anything, you know, to accept any money till the job's done. But with my situation and all that. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't see that chat or whatever. I don't know what's going on with YouTube today. I didn't see it for 30. But yeah, they are illegal. You have to go to get special paperwork to have monkeys and all that. She had one that it's in Tennessee right now because it's not legal in Florida. She doesn't have the right setup for it, but the rest of them are legal. And they don't like to. Maybe it's because that post Trump made. I don't know, but yeah, I forgot what kind. I wish I remember what kind of monkeys they are. The ones with one of them's the ones with a really long tail. They use their tail to swing around a lot. They're pretty cool, but like I said, she just doesn't upkeep her house very well. I don't know why, buddy. I wish I could help you fix that. It's definitely not on my end. It's got to be on YouTube's. I don't know what they're doing today. It might be an error in YouTube. YouTube might be glitching today. Like I said, if it's disappearing off the screen, it's supposed to. But the chat room itself, it should stay. It shouldn't disappear at all. I don't know why it's doing that. It could just be they might be having a system error themselves tonight or something. I don't know. I mean, YouTube's a pretty big thing, so sometimes there are unfortunate problems with their apps themselves, but that's definitely not from my end, so I do apologize about that. I really cleaned my window too, so it's not so such a foggy sight. Can't really see the moon very well because the windows are so dirty. Yeah, but hopefully eventually we'll be out of that. I mean, we're getting more recommendations, like channel suggestions, I notice each time. Before, when we had our strike, we weren't getting any. So that's a good thing that those are starting to happen again. They're very slow compared to how they were, but it's definitely a big step up. So I'm hoping within the next 2 or 3 weeks now that it'll be back to normal. We're not going to have 500 people watching me just talk when we were doing when we were doing the protests. And I'm not always just going to be talking. We're going to start doing stuff as well. Like I said, I'm doing a lot of research. It's going to take me a good little while to get everything set up to where I can cover a little bit better stuff, and we can actually do a whole lot more, because we can chat why we do all these things. We can actually be doing 2 things at once, and covering better stuff where you guys aren't just looking at a telephone pole with a foggy moon. It's especially because, like I said, the windows are dirty right now, so it's not even good quality right now. But I don't know. I'm probably gonna end it just a little early, guys. I'm super tired. I will be back tomorrow. I might make 2 lives tomorrow. We might go down to the water, because if I'm gonna go down to the beach and shower, how many hours left? We have probably 850. It's hard to tell because it's 5 days behind. So I'm adding what I'm guesstimating we've got with hours in the last 5 days. Added what we're to that, we should have about another 100 hours within the last 5 days. So we should be at right about 850. But it changes. It's kind of weird. Sometimes they even say my hours will subtract, so I don't know why it does that, but it would be less hours the next day. I've had that happen before too, so I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it definitely will be at least the end of the month, the beginning of next month, that we'll have the first part of our monetization, which would be great. But to get to the better one, which is 4,000 hours, will probably take another month after that, unless we start getting more people. It was posting in Spanish the other day. Oh gosh, that's crazy. But like I said, guys, I'm going to end it a little early just because I am exhausted. I'm probably going to go down and shower tomorrow at the beach, or we might do a beach stream tomorrow because I keep saying I want to do that, but I haven't had the fuel to do that. And I think that would be kind of cool. We can just take a walk on the beach and talk. It depends how hot it is and all that, because my my phone will overheat. But hopefully I can, you know, at least make it, you know, an hour stream or something like that. Might go down earlier in the morning too, where it's not so hot, or wait till the evening and then just do a stream down there. I don't know. But anyways, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you guys please like, share, subscribe. If anybody wishes to support the channel, the donation links are on the top right hand corner. And yeah, the beach is amazing. I love the beach. And you guys all have a wonderful night. You rest well too, Witness. And thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Witness. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Shasta. Thank you, everybody that tuned in tonight. And I appreciate you guys all. We'll definitely be back tomorrow. I apologize for cutting a little short. I'm just exhausted, guys. But I'll definitely be back tomorrow. And we'll be back at 8 o'clock again tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a regular 8 o'clock stream, not an 8:30. So we'll be back onto normal time. And good night, Andrew. Good night, everybody.